Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. How are you doing personally?
Doing okay. It's day 2 of the tour, so getting the cobwebs out and feeling good.
We say day 2 of the tour. You can't help but notice you've gone Netherlands to here and then to Belgium tomorrow, right? That is a hell of a trek.
It's in hindsight, I wish we did it a little differently because we flew overnight.
Yeah.
So we had a red eye to the first show, and then last night we had to take the ferry last night, and I went to take the ferry tonight. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a lack of sleep, you know, consecutive days in a row. So,
well, yeah.
In hindsight, we would change that, but it's fine. You know?
Yeah, because it is you look and go, wait, so you were in Europe, you then come to England, and then back one day. It was, but that seems so random. That must be so hard on the band. So, you know,
I'm glad it's at the start of the tour because
yeah.
we have all the energy. You know, towards the end it would have been a little harder, but so yeah, we'll get through it fine. You know, we're still relatively young and healthy.
And it is, of course, it is London. I suppose it is gonna always kind of be a little bit special, right?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks we get the big storm today. That's kind of hindering things, but yeah, Storm Dennis is kind of kicking the show.
It is. And kind of, it's always one of those. It's like, okay, this is the capital, but people travel, and then there's this death, doom and gloom from the news saying, hey, your trains are going to be cancelled and all this. You live in London, the tubes are still running, you know, so it's not really that hard to get here.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of the travelling more than anything
I heard
else.
the tube got shut just like 20 minutes ago.
The tube got shut?
So someone just told me that. I'm not sure how they.
That would be really awkward because I work for the tube. So I'll find out tomorrow when I go in if there's some issue in that front.
You know, someone came down and said, just got cut, and now I got to pay £40 for a ride home in an Uber.
Oh no.
I don't know if it's real or not.
So you had much time today to kind of, you know, you get to go out and about a bit around London?
I did sleep in a bit because of the ferry. We didn't get there till we didn't get the 7. We got there late to the ferry last night, so we didn't get there until the 7 o'clock ferry. So I didn't get to sleep until later in the morning. So I slept until 2:30. But I walked around the city like down this way. Bite to eat at a pizza place, sourdough pizza, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Walked up and down there. It was raining, and so I just kind of headed back here.
Yeah, there ain't nothing to do in that short amount. Yeah, exactly that. You can only fit in so much that you can possibly
Usually,
do.
though, I like to go to Camden, like the market.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love coming to London. And,
yeah.
Camden Town most specifically seems like the place that I like to be.
Yeah, I mean it's geared towards a taste in rock metal and so on, and the unique outfits and style of shops and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is a really unique place in the world. It's really cool.
It's got some amazing pubs there as well.
Yeah,
so you get a chance to do that. So where's you moving from city to city? Bear in mind, like I said, you've already done this massive kind of jump here. What's the trip like for you? Do you sleep? Do you play games? Do you watch movies? Do you?
While we're traveling in the bus, it's usually we travel at night.
Yeah.
So when we get to the cities, usually I always make an effort to walk around a lot and see the sights. And we also have a few of us that do that. Ken here takes pictures a lot and brings his camera and he takes a lot of pictures. So we all kind of fill our time with that kind of stuff. Me and Chris and Buzz and Nick always try to find certain pubs, try to like local beers, local food, and just kind of see the sights.
Yeah. I suppose it is, even though you're here on tour, it is only as well a little bit of a holiday.
Yeah, I mean we're working, but during the day, we get time to walk around and see each city. So it's kind of like a paid holiday in a way.
Yes.
So we're out there seeing stuff, and it's really that's part of the perk of being out here, to get to see different cities around the world.
Yeah. Do you get any time to sort of relax, let's say when you're on the bus or on the plane and so on, what do you kind of do? Is there anything specifically you do that you kind of, I don't know, gets you in a good mindset or takes you away from currently what's going on?
Listen to a lot of music. You
Yeah.
know, get the noise cancelling headphones, just sit there and lay in the bunk and listen to tunes and relax. I'll have cell phone games, whatever. Escape, but I don't bring a gaming system with me. Chris has a Switch he just got because the guys at Darkest Hour turned us onto the Switch. So we toured with them in December in the States, and the bass player, the dude, he has the Switch that you hook up to the TV every day and backstage, and so we're just playing Mario Kart for 2 weeks straight. It's a fun thing to do backstage, so I think we might start getting into that kind of game.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's so just an hour and so it's
and everyone can get in,
that's a bonding thing.
There's no real season that you have to worry about stats. It's like, who wants to fucking race the game?
That's excellent. So you are obviously just getting started on this tour, all over Europe for the rest of Feb, and then you're off to Australia.
Yep.
Wow. You're certainly working hard.
Well, this is what we consider our career still. It's over 20 years in, so I got to stay busy, but you also have to, every time you put out a record, you want to play the territories that you've been to, and always open to new places to play as well. But we haven't been to Australia since the last album cycle, and that was
5 years?
It's been 5 years now since we've been in Australia.
Okay.
Since 2015 we went. It's also Nile back then, so it's been a while. I believe it's our 7th or 8th time in Australia in our career.
Wow.
So, and I love playing there. It's a beautiful country.
Do you find like the red hot for you?
When we went a lot back in the day, it was really good. So I'm curious to see if they're still holding on to it. You know, 'cause it's been 5 years now. But you know, when we first started going, first time in 05. I think we went 6 times between 05 and 2012. So we went almost every year.
Yeah.
And it was killer. It was always big shows. We did the 2 festival tours. We did this. What was the name of that festival tour we did over there? Soundwave Festival.
Oh, of course, Soundwave. Yeah.
That was a killer fest.
Yeah.
I can't believe I blinked on that. It was a lot of fun. It was like the Australian Warped Tour, Ozfest.
Yeah.
We did a lot of big tours, headline tours, support tours. It was always a lot of fun over there. I love the country itself. You know, it's low population, beautiful cities, all on the coast. All have casinos. All have beautiful, like wildlife's amazing. You know, they took a major hit recently, which is
You're going back at a great time, really.
Fully heartbreaking.
Where, like, I guess almost due to the issues in Australia, the fires and stuff like that, every kind of entertainment is needed. It's a good distraction for the fan base. And in that time, you'll see you had the new album as well. So there's a good reason to presume you're going to have great reception.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You know, I hope the fans will come out and enjoy themselves and have a distraction to what's been going on.
Do you think you're working harder nowadays in your career than you were, say, at the early points of Unearth?
No. Back we first started really touring full time. We were gone 9 months a year.
Oh no.
And now we kind of pick our tours a bit more wisely. Before it was tour to tour. You know, we just toured to tour and we just out there.
Take what you can get. Yeah.
And you know, we got good offers and we just didn't turn them down. Like now, you know, a few of us have families. And plus, you can't over tour because people are just gonna get sick of you.
Of course.
You know, we kind of choose our tours wisely, and you know, I think we cut our touring in half. So we're still working hard. We're still out there. We're still a full-time touring band, just not as not grinding as hard as we did back in the day. Because I don't think it's smart to do it like that.
No, you're right. The oversaturation.
Like, Unearth's gonna be here again. I'll catch them next time. You know, that's when we started to feel like could have been starting to happen. So we're like, all right, let's slow it down, and make it more special when we come out. And so,
no, it makes sense. But that's something you can only do later on in your career, as you say. You've got to early days take everything that comes your way because you may not get the opportunity again.
Right.
You know,
and then we built our foundation. So our band is is concrete in the history of metal. So here we are. We're not going to be here 3 times a year. It might be once a year. It might be once every 2 years. And so
you're a strong name basically, and people can rely on you as well. You know, so I think that's a good.
We've worked hard on it, and so here we are. I mean, like I said, we're still touring a lot, just not quite as much as we did.
Yeah, and you're part of this tour is pretty strong, like with the rest of the bands on it, with Prong and so on.
It's a good package. I mean, I grew up listening to Prong. You know, this band I actually look up to, and they're on our tour. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, getting great reception up there at the moment as well.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Yeah, well, I walked in, I thought, oh my god, it's sparse. Like, you know, is this the weather? Is it the storm? Is it Ulu can be a bit of a weird venue for some people? But thankfully, it's slowly filling up as the night's gone. I guess people slowly making their way here.
Yeah, we heard people complaining. There's people complaining on our social media about the storm and stuff. I can't make it because of the storm.
And everybody wants stage times because they only want to come to see their headliners and don't want to, you get that far too much.
It'll be fun.
So ultimately, your reputation is kind of preceding you now, where you are considered one of the hardest working bands in metal. You are concrete foundation. People go, okay, Unearth, you're almost like a gap. You're going to see you at some point in your career. You're going to be doing this and doing that. Is that something that you're proud of, that having that reputation?
That's definitely something we worked for. You know, back in the day, we looked at a band, our friends in Hatebreed, is they were always grinding it, and like that was the work ethic that we looked forward to, like that we wanted to portray, and that's what we did for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, these guys make it work because they just toured and toured and toured. They played in front of as many faces as possible. They got their name, their foundation down, and that was what we went for.
Yeah,
they seemed to work, and we were here. We still get the tour offers, and we're still on a good label, and everything's going all right.
You feel you've earned it as well. It's been 20 odd years, and you say you have earned this. Do you believe?
I mean, we put in the work.
So there you go.
Where we are.
So you've got some mileage out of Extinctions at this stage. It's an album that's still actually quite beloved by fans today, even though it's, we're talking about November 2018, right? So 2018, November.
It's the very end of 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Do you consider that album a high point in Unearth's career?
I think so. I think it was. reinvigorated ourselves and our fan base. We got more inspired as songwriters again. I think that it translates to the songs, you know, and it's a record that I think is one of our strongest. At the time, I thought it was our strongest record, it's the best record. You always feel that way. You always feel emotional about a record, and I still feel that way. But you know, I think in the long run, time will tell. I know that Encore Storm did the best out of all our records. Yeah. But I really think that having a record that strong as our 7th record that late into our career is, I think it really means something for us and for our, you know, the fans that have stuck around. You know, so we're still at it. We're still being inspired by the bands around us. We still care about, you know, writing the best songs we can. I think that record shows that.
I think so too. We did quite a big response when we posted our review for it, very positive about it. The amount of people that had heard of Unearth but never really given you a chance, and often done a lot of presumptions on it. Oh, that's that metalcore band, that's a download and stuff like that. And then they heard it, and suddenly it seemed to gain a whole new fan base from what our social media and the people we talked to had heard of Unearth, maybe listened to a few songs here and there, considering your long career, but never really given you a big chance because they lumped you automatically in a category with a lot of other bands they don't like. Heard Extinctions and thought, wow, that's amazing, and then proceeded to go backwards. So
there are a lot of people that hear the word metalcore and they'll push it away, like, oh, that's just metalcore. But you know, bands like us and Killswitch Engage and Shadows Fall, we're at the forefront of this sound of metalcore. And so to be lumped in with the bands that came after us that were kind of copying, and it kind of became bland. Everything was the same. We just had to put our best foot forward. So no, this is what real, you know, metal meets hardcore is, because it's not tamed down metal with melody. It's actual aggressive metal meets hardcore. It's not this safe sound heavy music. Yeah, and that's what's become. You know, when a band like you call a band like Atreyu metalcore. Right. You can't compare their sound to us so much. You know, it's different avenues of it, I guess.
It's become all encompassing. Like automatically, you've got maybe a certain element, you just get lumped in with that, and so desperate.
Well, what's hardcore about melodic metal? There's just melodic metal with pop choruses. Yeah. You know, and I'm not saying that's bad music, but where's the core coming in? Why is that core? Yeah. It makes no sense to me. You know, like that's why I don't understand why bands that have pop singing in their choruses they're called metalcore. Right. I don't understand that part.
No, I don't completely understand. Right, we'll wrap it up then. London, it's always kind of proved to be quite a nice little place for Unearth in the past. The shows you played there always seem to get great response. Are you expecting something rabid tonight? Are you expecting
I think the people there are going to go off. I think it's going to be good energy, good vibe. We always throw down. You know, it doesn't matter the size of the crowd for us. We always put out the same show. So I think that even if it does start slow, it's going to get good. After 2 or 3 songs, it's going to be mayhem. So that's what we always throw down, and I expect it again.
It's going to be great. Brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?